days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea.
Spark a heart that's gone to life, and you jump the spine. You stun like a cannon. You show the scars of your darkest night in the morning light. And I have waited for you. I have waited so long. Oh. start a heart that's gone to life and jump the spine. You stare like a new bird. You left your mother on the wings, and the free bird sings. I have waited for you. I have waited so
며칠만 참아요. 옳지.